Hi, friends. I'm hoping this is working. Someone did not like the audio quality of my last video, and that is very fair. So I'm gonna try. I figured out how to connect it to my phone. So the issue with this was I was recording on my phone and then plugging the mic into my computer. And when I would sync up the audio, it would be synced up at first, but then after like a minute or two, the audio started lagging and I couldn't get it to match up with the video anymore. So I just kind of was like, I guess I'll never use these, but I found out how you can connect it to the phone. So I'm so techno fluent, you know? Um, yeah, I am not feeling great today. um, I woke up at 1:30 this morning and I did not go back to sleep until 5, and then I slept until 7, and that's when I got up and I'm working. I'm on my lunch right now. But I am feeling the need to be loud today, so I figured I would just come on here and be my obnoxious little self. For my all of 5 viewers, you're welcome. I love you very much. Oh, I feel like crying now. That's not good. Oh, okay. Whatever. Get your shit together. So I was on Reddit this morning when I couldn't sleep, which was probably not the best idea I could have had, but oh well. And I like my little echo chamber on Reddit, right? But sometimes some things sneak in, and I'm okay with differing opinions, but there are some things that I will never budge on. So it's always very jarring when I see them appear on my feed anywhere. People really hate artists, or maybe just I'm seeing a very vocal select group of artist hating individuals on Reddit. I keep getting the chat GBT or open AI subreddits recommended to me. I have no interest at all. um, People seem to have the idea that artists are these stuck up snobs who are elitist and think that just because they can draw and they can come up with their amazing ideas, that the rest of society are losers and they can't come up with good ideas. No one ever said that. No one's keeping you from picking up a pencil and drawing, but apparently people do not listen. As someone who's been drawing a very long time, I have sucked my entire life. You can't go into it thinking that you're going to be this master sculptor, painter, drawer, anything, because you're not. You do it because you love it. You do it because you have ideas that you love and you don't want them to be just in here. You're not going to be good at first, and I certainly was not. And I don't even think I got good until I was out of college. I'm still surprised that my college accepted me. But it's really crazy to say that, or to see that there are people thinking there's nothing wrong with the commercialization, or yeah, basically the commercialization of art and the industrial revolution and the effects that it's had with kind of, like, I kept seeing the comparison being made of like, oh well, we don't use horses anymore, we use cars, and people said that, oh, it'll be a fad and we'll go back to using horses. It's like people keep equating people, artists losing their jobs and being stolen from, as people that, or these elitist snobs that refuse to like get with the times. Like, oh, you said that like art was dying when photography came out. Well, look what happened. People love photography. You're just like an old person and you just don't want to accept the amazingness that AI is. And I'm not intelligent enough to have a very well thought out thesis statement for you to explain how upsetting all of this is. But it's kind of changed my mind on how I really want to go about sharing my stuff with the world. I think for the longest time, I only drew for myself, and I was very comfortable with that. Mostly came from insecurity, but after a while, I was just fine with it. And the few times that I've shared stuff with people, it's okay. People are never going to get what you can make, right? Um, or at least for me, that's been my experience, and that's fine. I don't really want to share my stuff anyway. There are very few things I will share, and it's with people that I care about. And my writing, it's a little bit different. I don't feel so bad sharing that because I feel like the words aren't mine. So, I mean, they are, right? Like I'm writing. There's a mourning dove outside my window right now. I tossed a bird seed out there because I kept seeing him come up to my window because he can hear my boys. And I was like, I'm gonna give you some bird seed, but he's been like kind of debating coming up, and he's right there. He's like a couple feet in front of me. Hi. Mourning doves are so pretty. They're very similar to what Finnemoka look like, but they've got like thinner back feathers. I don't know what they're called, but they've got very round chests, like very, very squishable looking. Like I just want to, you know. Anyway, so yes, seeing this whole art thing, oh, anyway, with the writing, the words aren't mine, right? Like, I don't know if that's like fair to say to like other people, but for me, I feel like the words don't feel like mine. And when I'm writing stories, I always like the idea of sharing them with people. Art is different. That has never been about anyone but me. And I'm very sad for the fellow artists out there that are struggling or losing their jobs. Um, it sucks. And I really hate that people are using these false equivalencies to kind of paint a narrative that just doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, candles were replaced by light bulbs. Do you see people still lamenting the loss of candles? It's like, it's not the same. It's not the same. Um, Speaking of things that made me really upset, because I just want to talk about things that make me upset right now. Just making sure this is on. I went again on Reddit. I think I have to delete it from my phone because this is what happens. I start feeling worse, and then I go on Reddit to stop feeling worse, and then it makes me feel worse. So I think I found the root of the problem. I just need to get off Reddit. Who would have thought, you know? Um Again, I'm very happy with the particular sub. I'm sorry if you just like heard an awful breathing noise. I just breathed on it. I breathed on it. I'm sorry. Um I I'm very happy with my regular subreddits, right? Like my Dark Souls subreddits, my pop culture subreddit, so I can kind of understand what's going on. Some of the news ones I get, whatever, what have you. There's quite a few that pop up that I like. There's one called r/sips tea. I don't know what it is. I don't want to know. It sounds familiar, and I thought I knew what it was, but I'm looking at it, and now I'm not sure. But someone posted this very cringy, low effort video of a lady being interviewed, and people in the comments, every once in a while, I think we're getting closer to something better, and then I realize, like, oh, I'm a girl, and therefore stupid, right? Um, that's just the way of the world, right? If I had been born with a worm between my legs, it might be a little different, but I didn't get that choice. So, yeah, one of the things was like, oh, if your boyfriend had a bad day at work, what would you do for him? She pulls up her hair and she's like, this is what I do. I have no mouth and I must scream. Like, I genuinely, everything is wretched. Everything needs to be thrown away. We need to start over. I want to run away into the forest. I want to die. I want to live. I want to scream. I want to cry. I want to do all of it, you know? I want to live with the birds and the trees and like the wolves and shit and be eaten and my bones used to clean their teeth. Like I want to be that kind of useful. That seems nice to me. But when I see women online that just pigeonhole themselves in this one like niche that like incels are salivating over, it's like, what is this for? There is no purpose to anything at all, and we're all going to die. And I know that's nothing inherently crazy. That's nothing special. We all know that, but it's just, man, I'm so pessimistic lately. Everything I see is just like everything's evil, everything is awful. We're evil, like humans inherently, like we're all just terrible creatures. And we're so self-serving and oh, I'm just that really pissed me off because people in the comments were like, you know, praising her and all this stuff, and it's like, whatever, get that bag if she needs to, if that's what she needs to do to get that bag, then go for it. But at the same time, as someone who never quite got the formula of being like a good, attractive lady, whatever that means, it always just frustrates me that even when I'm feeling the most comfortable with myself now that I'm older, I still look at women and I realize I will never be that and I don't want to. But I feel like I don't know what the words are for this, but it's just I don't want to be that, but at the same time, it's that paralyzing fear that I will never be desirable because I do not emulate correctly. I'm not very good at masking when it comes to acting like a normal person. And, I feel good about myself and then I see other women and I'm like, "Damn, okay. So you're just a shrub. You are a gross little boy living in his mom's house. That's great. That's good for you." Um yeah, I'm just kind of miserable today. This is an awful video for everybody, and I'm so sorry, but I'm just not in a good mood. Um, yeah, I was an ugly kid. I mean, when I was like 5 and 6, I think that was when I was cute. Like looking back on photos, I'm like, okay, I was a cute little button. Then bone structure started to change, and I didn't have a lot of like fat for that, so I just looked like really not good. And then I hit puberty. And you know how some people get like they grow and they get nice looking or they feel like they're coming into themselves? No. Puberty was just a very awkward, awful, evil time for me. And I was chubby and I was uncomfortable and my hair was short and I didn't realize anything about matching or wearing clothes that fit me. And living with my mother, who is an avid hater of women, I obviously also hated women, so I dressed very much in a very strange way. My hair looked like M&M's. I was called Great Value M&M, or Great Value Slim Shady, actually. That was a pretty good one, I won't lie. And I was just ugly. I felt ugly. Maybe I didn't really look that ugly, but when I look back on photos, I'm so mean to my younger self because I'm just so. I never learned. I never learned to do my hair right. I never learned to do makeup. Like all of these things I had to teach myself once I got older because my mom was never into teaching that kind of stuff to me. But I also didn't want to learn it because I thought that made me look too girly or therefore stupid. But then if you don't acquiesce to these societal demands to fit in, then you're an outcast and it's not as cool as it seems. It's pretty lame and it's confusing. I don't mind it so much when I'm on my own and I am watching Game of Thrones with my magnificent boyfriend Bear, and I'm crocheting and I'm drawing and I'm talking with my close circle of friends and I'm taking care of my pets and I'm living life. It's not a problem then because I'm not thinking about how I'm perceived really. But I'm telling you, as soon as I go online and I'm like comparing, or if I go in public and I'm around people my age, because I live in this old ass community and it's just a whole bunch of old people. The people I work with are older, and the people I work for, like the clients I work with, are very much older, and I'm just used to being the youngest one. So when I see people that are my age or younger, and it's like they've got their shit together, oh, I hate myself. I know it's insecure, it's immature, it's stupid. I can't help it. Um, yeah. So this is a video that I made. I thought about like quitting doing this morning, because I was just thinking like, why the fuck am I still doing this? Um, like, mom, why am I not YouTube famous? Well, first off, I don't want to be. Um, that seems pretty horrible. I mean, there's that really nice idea of like, oh, if I got really good at this, I can make money, but that doesn't seem like a very reliable source of income for someone like me, and I just don't have the energy for it. I don't have the energy to do this or to come up with ideas or to like edit anything. I'm not very funny either. Like I say things. I think I can be humorous occasionally, but that's not like my strong suit. Nor am I really eloquent. I'm very average, and that's fine. And I think I just want to keep that. These videos aren't for anyone but me. I want to be able to look back on these when I'm like 40, because I don't have a lot of baby photos. I don't have a lot of photos of me when I was younger because I hated myself so much. I dodged photos. I refused to get my photo taken. My mom never bought my picture day photo, nothing. Like, I refused because I thought I was just disgusting and I was so uncomfortable with myself. And sometimes I still get that. Like today, hard day for me. Body dysmorphia really is body checking me really hard. I'm like, wow, has your face always been that shape? What is that? You get hit with a shovel? It's pretty crazy. Um, so yeah, I'm not doing this for anyone but me. I really need to just recognize that and chill the fuck out. I I'm a loser nobody, just like everyone else, and that's fine. I drank all of my orange juice this morning and I'm really sad because I wanted more, but that means I have to go to Walmart, and I went to this little Amish market down the street from my job and got some really nice wheat bread and potato. One potato for the soup I was making. It was pretty good. Lots of potatoes in that. It was very good. New soup mix because I used my split pea soup mix all up. I bought it in the fall and I finally ran through all of it. I am a fan of making soup in my rice cooker. I highly suggest that if you've never tried that. That or like a crock pot. I love slow cooking stuff. It takes so little time to prepare. I hate cooking, so it's nice to throw a bunch of shit in a pot and leave it. You don't need to look at it again. Um, yeah. So I already went shopping, but I didn't get like milk because I'm lactose intolerant, so I have to get like soy milk or like no, I get almond milk. Oops. I have to go to Walmart for that because I only really trust the one brand that I get. And it's not that I trust; it's just like that's the brand I get, and if I get anything else, I don't trust it. So it's like I have to get that, or like I don't have milk. You know what I mean? You ever get like locked on something so hard, and you're just like, I refuse to budge, even if it would make my life easier to not get the Walmart great value, better foods, whatever almond milk, But most Amish don't make almond milk. They make real cow milk, which is like ew. Anyway, um, happy Friday. I hope you have a better day than me. A better weekend too. Um, bye.